Number 10, the IKEA Effect. You probably believe you appreciate your furniture, decorations, and belongings based on their objective quality and actual usefulness. That's complete nonsense. Psychological studies prove that you value a product far more simply because you personally assembled it. Your mind hates feeling incompetent. If you build it, your brain justifies the frustration by inflating the object's value. This explains why people expect others to pay a premium for their poorly made storage boxes. Now, look at what happens when you merely own it. Number 9, the endowment effect. Most people assume that an item has a fixed market value, regardless of who is selling it. That is a total lie. The moment you own an object, your brain instantly inflates its value, demanding double what buyers would pay. This glitch stems from loss aversion. We feel the pain of losing a mug twice as intensely as the joy of finding one. This bias traps you in cluttered homes, keeping useless gadgets because letting go feels like a loss. But effort changes things even further. Number 8, effort justification. You likely believe that you only join groups or take on hard jobs because you already like them. That's completely backwards. The reality is that if you suffer or work hard to achieve something, your brain forces you to love it. Initiation rituals exploit this bug. Severe initiations make members value the group much more to justify the embarrassment they endured. This explains why people defend terrible jobs, expensive degrees, or painful boot camps. You lie to yourself so that your sweat doesn't feel wasted. Next, let us explore past investments. Number 7, the sunk cost fallacy. You probably think you make decisions about the future based on future benefits and upcoming costs. That is complete garbage. Your brain is obsessed with past investments, forcing you to waste more time on a losing project just because you already spent some. It's like sitting through a terrible movie or eating a meal that makes you sick, simply because you paid for it. This fallacy keeps people in bad careers and toxic relationships, pouring good resources after bad. But we also rewrite history to defend our choices. Number 6, choice supportive bias. You believe that when choosing between options, you remain objective about their pros and cons after the decision. That is a complete lie. The moment you make a choice, your memory secretly updates, magnifying the good points and ignoring obvious flaws. It's like a personal public relations agent in your head. If you buy a buggy phone, your brain highlights the camera and hides battery issues. You actively misremember the rejected options as being much worse than they were. This keeps you feeling smart, but blinds you to mistakes. Now, look at how one purchase triggers another. Number 5, the die-drought effect. You assume that your purchases are isolated decisions based on immediate needs or sudden desires. That's complete nonsense. Buying a single new possession often triggers a spiral of consumerism, forcing you to buy more things to match it. Think of it like buying a fancy new rug, which suddenly makes your old couch look cheap, leading you to replace everything. This effect was named after a philosopher who got a nice new robe and went into debt trying to replace everything else to match it. But how do decoy choices manipulate us? Number 4, the decoy effect. You think you compare products directly to choose the one that offers the best value for your money. That is a total mistake. Marketers manipulate your preferences by introducing a third, useless option called a decoy, designed solely to make one option look like a bargain. Imagine a small popcorn for $3 and a large for $7. You choose the small. But if they add a medium for $6.50, the large suddenly feels like a steal. You pay more money because your brain is lazy and prefers easy comparisons. This decoy trick is used on subscriptions, menus, and retail packages. Let us check the utility of a deal. Number 3, transaction utility. You believe you buy things because the item itself is valuable and useful to your life. That is complete garbage. Behavioral economics shows you often buy things simply because the act of getting a deal feels incredibly satisfying. Your mind gets a massive hit of dopamine from saving $50, even if you spent $200 on an item you will never use. This effect is why sales, coupons, and clearance racks are so dangerous. You do not value the product, you value the discount, but presentation can change value completely. Number 2, the framing effect. You assume that you evaluate the quality of a product based on its objective traits and nutritional facts. That is a complete lie. Your brain changes its value assessment based entirely on how the information is presented or framed. Imagine 2 packs of meat. One is labeled 80% lean and the other is labeled 20% fat. You value the lean pack much more. Even though they are identical, your brain focuses on the positive frame. This bias affects medical choices, financial products, and grocery shopping. Finally, let us look at simple touch. Number 1, the mere ownership effect. You think you need to own a product for a long time to develop an emotional attachment to it. That is a total illusion. Psychologists discovered that simply holding an object for a few seconds creates a feeling of ownership, boosting its perceived value. It is a primitive brain reflex. Once an object enters your physical space, your brain claims it, and letting it go feels like losing a possession. This is why car dealerships push for test drives and stores encourage you to touch the merchandise. The moment you touch it, your brain starts buying it. That's all for now. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this video, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe for more psychology videos.